3 miles.
So we don't know, like, is he new? Is he from another dining hall? Is he just covered? Next time he walks up to us and she just goes, hey, I didn't catch your last name. What is it? And he goes, Herrick. We just are frozen, staring at him. So he walks away and our jaws are on the floor because my last name was Derek.
No! Also was. Wow, Derek and Herrick?
Is he related to the Elephant Man? Wasn't his last
No, that's
name?
Merrick. This is Herrick.
Oh, Herrick. Sorry, I put him.
I understand it's a lot to take in the letters. So anyway, he walks away and we're like, we're logical girls. That's crazy. We just talked about this yesterday. There's no chance that this is real. So we come up with, he must have overheard her joking with me. He was standing right next to me a lot. And maybe he got given like a list of staff names of who was working with him that night. And so he just decided to go next one on us. So he walks back and Kate, being the future badass lawyer that she is, immediately pounces on him and is like, there's no way that's your real last name. What is it really? He's like, you don't believe my last name? Like, what do you want to see, ID? And we both immediately were like, yes. He takes out his ID and just right there on his Massachusetts driver's license says Robert Herrick.
Oh.
How soon do you explain to him what he's just fallen into?
Not then, because our jaws were plastered on the floor. And I don't know how you really explain that in a non-creepy way.
Yes. Stakes are high.
All of my friends have decided it's fate, you now must marry me. And this is now 2 a.m. We're a little delirious. He walks away and we clock out, we go on with our day. But of course, the next day, Kate quickly tells all of our friends, oh, it's fate. Lee's met the love of her life. She's getting married, joking around, and I kind of just blow it off because that's ridiculous. Nothing happens. Don't see him again at the shift until a month later. He finds me on Facebook and slides into my DMs.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
He just was kind of like, how's it going? Want to go on a date? So we did. Somehow that date lasted 4 days. Sorry, Mom.
Oh, wow.
It was just one of those things where you start hanging out and you never stop.
Yeah.
I was still in college, so of course I continued on college, but as soon as we graduated, we moved in together, and in 2016, Kate told this story at our wedding
Oh, yay!
I love that.
It's really
meant
good.
So now you just had to change one letter.
I had to change one letter, which I have to tell you was way more of a pain in the ass than it was baby birth. But I also couldn't fathom our future children having to explain Derek Herrick to people, or like hyphenating. That seemed really out of the question. One of my husband's friends, his suggestion was to compromise and go with an F in between D and H and go Ferrick.
Oh, that's also a great
That is
compromise.
funny. Did you keep it as a maiden name? Like, is your name Lee Derek Herrick?
Oh.
No, I thought about it. Facebook was the only social media at the time, I believe. And I, as a joke, hyphenated it just to make people think. And then I realized you can't change it back for 3 months, so I got stuck with that for a while.
How cute.
Yeah, I like
It's a
that
great
story.
We got a 5-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl. And I still work at the college where we met.
You were like, this is so fun, I'm not leaving. That's smart.
Yeah, the best thing ever. The best thing that.
And he found
I'm not gonna
employment in
finish,
that
you know
area.
what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Paradise is in your backyard? What is it? What are you trying to go for?
No,
Home is where
I
the
was
heart
just trying to
is?
say a regular sentence that those are the best times of your life.
I hope you had the
Keep it
time
going.
of your life. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what.
Well, Lee, what a sweet story.
Thank you. We had a couple other weird things too, like the town he's from, Bernardston, Massachusetts. When we went to meet my parents, my mom was like, that's really weird because we live in Bernards Township, New Jersey. And so a little Googling later, we find out that the namesake is the same person, Sir Francis Bernard.
He was like a town slut. He was just going all over the country and spraying his
Oh my
seed
God.
everywhere.
But you must believe in soulmates.
It's funny you say that we're really not the type of people to believe in that kind of thing, but it does feel like that's a little too much to be just coincidence.
I still think it's coincidence.
In 1 mile, use the right 2 lanes to stay to the right to I-210 East for Pasadena.
Too much to be just coincidence.
I still think it's coincidence, but I still like it just as much.
That's how I feel, Dex. I still think it's coincidence, but I love the story. It's a fun story. It got me here, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, Lee, lovely meeting you, and what a delightful tale. Thank you.
It's kind of a thank you to both of you, but Dax, when the podcast was first launched, my brother had just come to me and told me that he was struggling with alcoholism, but he wasn't ready to get sober yet. And so that was a hard relationship at the time to navigate, really hard to help in that type of situation. But just so happened that I was a day one armchair, so I started listening to a lot of your stories about AA and recovery, and it made
Stay to the right to I-210 East for Pasadena.
about AA and recovery, and it made me understand him in a way that I never could before, and it allowed me to see how his brain works in a way I couldn't before, I would bring that to him and we would talk about it, and he would open up to me and share with me what he was going through. And so then in 2021, he did the most courageous thing ever. He called me and asked for help. He told me those conversations were the thing that allowed him to open up to me and ask for help when he needed it. And we got him to rehab, and he's now 3.5 years sober.
Oh, get it. Oh, man, that makes me so happy.
It's like the reach is further than you think, and I know people think you as people who are in sobriety, but as a family...
Continue straight for 15 minutes to State Route 2 South for Los Angeles.
You as people who are in sobriety, but as a family member of someone in sobriety, it's a little bit not as talked about how hard it is to connect with the people you love who are struggling. And so having that insight and hope from someone who was on the other side of it was huge.
Oh, wonderful.
And then Monica, on day 7, when you were talking about what it's like to love someone in addiction, that hit so deeply, and you were so vulnerable about how you sometimes feel crazy and you don't know what to do.
We'll make you feel crazy.
Sorry, Jax. It's just
I know.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad it's been helpful.
Yeah, me too.
really, really is. Yes, and thank you.
All right, take care.
Oh, man.
Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Armchair Expert early and ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, or
Leave it.
yeah, I hope everyone felt lighter after this.
Me too.
Some are probably scared.
Yeah.
There's a couple winners in
There was a...
Yeah. We
There's
got a real
great-
rap.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Yeah. We
There's
got a
a
real
great one.
rascal.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we deal with a real rascal on this one. This was super fun, and I can't see any reason why we want to.
Unless you
permit
love your
people.
parents so much that you'll feel a lot of guilt.
Maybe if you have parents, you shouldn't listen.
Yeah.
So everyone without parents, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, enjoy. This episode is supported by FX's Dying for Sex, starring Michelle Williams and Jenny Slate. Inspired by a true story, this series follows Molly, who after receiving a terminal cancer diagnosis decides to leave her husband to explore the full breadth of her husband and Helen Mirren. What a cast. Such a stellar cast. I cannot wait to watch it.
Work stuff, podcasting. It's a work podcast. Fun stuff about history.
Number one thing, you gotta know, I'm gonna keep on shining.
Hi, Bree.
Hi.
Why do you have such a stylish microphone?
Work stuff, podcasting. It's a work podcast. Fun stuff about history and animation. Ooh, we love
The
that.
history of animation, or history, and then also we do animation.
History of animation. We focus on Walt Disney's life and history of Walt.
Oh, what did I just hear? I just heard an interesting factoid about Walt, as you do. Where was he born? Interesting factoid about Walt, as you do. Where was he born?
He was born in Chicago, Illinois in 1901.
Guess that wasn't the thing that I heard.
Really put her to the test there.
But she fucking nailed it. Did you see that? Probably even knows his birthday. When was his birthday?
December 5th, 1901.
That's right.
It's
Oh, wow. This is very timely. I'm taking my daughter to Disneyland on Friday.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Do you live in California?
Yeah, I live in LA actually, in Franklin Village.
Oh,
my God. You
Jesus.
live just a stone's throw away from where we are right now.
She knows.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, this is an interesting prompt. I don't know that I even understand it, which is exciting, but this is haven't confessed to parents.
There's a secret they still haven't
They're
confessed
still
to.
harboring
Oh
a
my God, I'm
secret.
so sorry.
Oh my gosh. And is there any threat of your parents listening?
Probably not, but might have to send it to them after.
This
It's a
could be an
way for
opportunity.
people to
Oh, okay. I
relieve
like that.
themselves.
Okay, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Bakersfield, so that's where the story takes place.
All right, hit us with the Bakersfield story.
Summer of 2010, I was going into my junior year of high school. I was definitely in my mischief era. I was dating a guy who was a senior, and he had been trying to get me to sneak out of my house. And it was always a joke that you couldn't sneak out of my house. My parents had designed it. They put me on like the second floor, and always the joke with my parents was that they added a balcony off my room, and it was like, oh, you just gotta look out for the rope ladder, or she's gonna try to like climb down and break her neck. And we also had a guard dog. We also had this alarm system that
Oh, boy.
anytime a window would open or a door would open, it would ding. I finally decided, I was like, okay, today I'm gonna commit to devising a plan. I cracked a window during the day in our laundry room. This was gonna be the only spot feasibly that I could actually get in and get out. So that night, around midnight, I crept down the stairs, made it past the guard dogs, locked myself in the laundry room, and was like, okay, step one complete. The window that I was climbing out of was on top of a countertop, so I had to climb up on the countertop, take out the window screen. I just put it outside and climbed on out. My boyfriend was down the street, picked me up. We went out to a party on the orchards. He dropped me back off. It was like 3 a.m.
Had you gotten drunk at this party?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
okay. So
course.
different person returning than had left. Very competent Tom Cruise person made their escape, and now Mr. Bean's returning.
Yeah, so my boyfriend had left. Once I got back to the window, I realized I had messed up. The window, I had to climb up on a countertop, so it's 6 feet off the ground. And I'm 5'2" on a good day. All I'm thinking about is just get my body back inside. We're not thinking about anything else. Can't get caught. So I finally hoist myself up, climb back in, and then I look outside and realize the stupid window screen is still outside. I didn't think to keep it inside. Can't jump back out, not doing that again. And I try to like dingle down to grab it.
The dingle didn't work?
No. I was like, you know what? It's in this garden area. There's a lot of plants. I'm just gonna wake up early in the morning. I'll get it, put it back. So make it back upstairs. I remember just like laying down in my bed going like, I did it. I got away with it and was so happy. The next morning, my sister's waking me up and she's on the phone with my dad. And she tells me someone broke into the house.
Oh.
Of course. Yeah, right.
It could have been a squirrel.
That removed a screen from the window?
They're very.
They're very
Depths.
okay.
See, I needed you, Monica, coming up with some ideas.
That would have been a big red
I
flag.
think it was definitely a squirrel.
Yeah, when your kids suggest like, I bet it was a squirrel. You're like, okay, so you did it. That's fine. Let's talk about that.
I remember sitting up and for a split second I was like, well, maybe did somebody break in after me? But that just definitely wasn't the case. My dad is telling us that when he was leaving for work, he went to water the plants. I didn't realize that he did this every morning, and guess what was propped right up against the watering hose was the stupid window screen. My dad concluded it was a break-in. He was running late to work, so he's like, just check all the windows, check all the doors, make sure nothing has been stolen. And so we had to check. And he's trying to work through it. He's like, but you have to take the window screen off inside. And the way our windows are, they kind of locks. And I'm just so panicked in this moment. We're not gonna get creative. I'm not getting caught this far in. And I was like, oh my God, the burglars broke in yesterday. We're hanging out in our house the entire day, and then at night they snuck out of the laundry room.
Oh,
Squirrel adjacent theory.
a little squirrely, but kind of like that movie Parasite where they live in the basement. It's like the
Right.
burglars lived in the basement for the day and then snuck back out.
Something like that. I was like, this story makes zero sense.
Closed the window behind themselves, but then didn't replace the screen.
Yeah, but somehow that story stuck.
Oh,
My dad bought that story. He was like, you know what? I guess that probably is what happened.
oh. I wonder if
He knew.
He must.
That night, my family, we were talking about it at dinner. I'm still going hard on this story, trying to get into the mind of these burglars. Wow, what a crazy thing that they did. They must have just been hiding in one of our closets.
Ew, your thinking is so scary.
And my parents are like, I think we need to call the cops. This is bad. And I'm like, they didn't take anything though. Maybe like let's not get the cops involved. They're just baffled nothing was stolen. This summer, I was getting in trouble a lot. My parents were always trying to sniff out a lie or like a cover up. And so I just figured they knew it was really me. They didn't want to have this conversation in front of my sister.
I'm leaning towards that.
But why wouldn't they just say, hey, we know it was you?
Well, maybe they just don't want to talk about it at all. Kind of like if you think your wife fucked somebody and you're like, I actually don't ever want to talk about it. I'm just not going to bring it up. And I might have been suspicious for months, but then once I think it happened, like I actually don't ever want to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that.
Or a squirrel.
Or they're just like, it'll be more of a punishment for her that she has to continue this preposterous lie. Maybe they're amused by
That
you.
depends on how fun your parents are.
They're definitely a fun time, but during this period, I was being
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
fun time, but during this period, I was being grounded a lot. They were really enjoying that and taking away all my things.
Oh, okay, then this is confusing.
I think they believed it.
A week later, my dad's friends are over, and one of them is a dean